What's up everyone, WizardKen here, and you could probably tell in my voice I'm not in the happiest mood. I'm not the cheerful, what's up everyone, and stuff like that. Something happened the other day that really pissed me off. And no, not the Elgato recorder. You know, the tech support was really helpful and stuff like that, so I did get everything up and running, which I kind of figured it was pretty much delete all the software, reinstall it, and see what happens and stuff like that. And sometimes just, you know, software gets messed up, but it's something that Wargaming did, and I didn't catch on to it until a little later on yesterday when I was at work. And after I found out about it, I was pretty pissed off. So how to start this? Well, I guess we could start it like this. Of course, we all know that World of Tanks is a free-to-play game, and usually with free-to-play games you get microtransactions, which pretty much Wargaming has done pretty well in the sense of microtransactions. You know, a lot of people worry about microtransactions in a lot of games like this because a lot of us call it pay to win, which pretty much you could buy, like, we'll just say the best sword or the best gun in the game, and if you buy it, you can beat everybody else. There's no gun actually in the game that you can actually unlock by playing the game that could compete with this weapon. We'll just say that. So basically you pay money and you'll always win, kind of thing. But Wargaming isn't like that in that sense. All the tanks that you buy, I mean, they can get pretty powerful, but there's nothing in the actual tech tree that you can unlock by playing the game that couldn't beat any of these premium tanks and stuff like that. So I mean, Wargaming has been pretty honest and pretty good on there. I think sometimes their pricing is a bit off and this and that, but for the most part, I mean, it's not pay to win at all in that sense. Really, what you're doing is, you know what, your crew gets to get a little bit more experience, and you get a little bit better matchmaking and stuff like that, and you also gain a lot more silver. So it's not like a bad thing. It's not pay to win. It's just something to help you out a little bit more. It does suck that, you know, it does cost more gold to convert that premium tank's experience points to a new tank. That does suck. I wish once you bought a premium tank, you can always convert the experience points, or at least convert the experience points once a day. They let you do it once a day, where all the experience points gets converted over to whatever tank you want it to for free, just for one time a day. You know, if you've done it once, then you can't use that tank anymore, kind of thing. You know, something like that. But you know, it is a business, so they do have to make money, and I understand that. I do understand, you know, for free-to-play games, they do have to have some kind of transaction or some kind of advertisement system that allows them to get paid. You know, if they don't get paid, we don't get any more tanks, or we don't get any more servers, or anything like that. But that being said, there is a line. There is a fine line that you have to follow when you do microtransactions. And when you start stepping over that line, and you're like, oops, we're sorry, we won't do it again, or oops, you know, okay, we see it's a mistake. The problem is once you start making mistakes like that, it seems like you start doing it more and more and more. Now, I haven't seen really Wargaming do this in the past. I could be wrong. There could be other people out there that know more instances, more times that they've done this. But if you do know, let me know in the comments. My problem the other day is the KV-5 came out. Super excited about it. That's why we're looking at it, which it is a beautiful tank. It is a very nice tank, in a sense. And I will be doing a review on it later down the road. But I'm going to be pretty pissed off with the review, in a sense, because I bought this tank the other day, which I thought was very expensive. It was very expensive premium tank. It's a level 2 premium tank. That's what we're going to call it, because I compared it to the KV-4, and it's about like the second package kind of thing unlocked on the KV-4. So I compared it to the KV-4, stuff like that, and I was just like, it is kind of expensive because of the gun that you have on there, and plus the R2-D2 thing on the front. But I'll give my full review later on, and so forth and so forth. So I bought it, and you know, I didn't look at anything. I had to quickly buy it and go to work, but I was excited. But anyways, I was going to start doing some research on it because someone already asked me, hey, are you going to do a KV-5 review? And when I do reviews on tanks, I like to do some research on them. I like to hear other people's backgrounds on them. I like to see other people play them and stuff like that, just like you guys do. Just so I can get a feel of how this tank's going to move and this and that. And I went to World of Tanks Xbox 360 and I clicked on it just so I could write down the numbers of how much the tank costs in gold and everything like that. And then I saw something at the bottom of the screen. It says, right at the bottom, it tells you like what things you get with the tank. So you get 7 days of premium time, which is normal. You know, sometimes these tanks you can get premium time, which is cool. I do feel like it's their way of trying to push you to, you know, buy premium time. I wish we could just buy the tank and that's it. If we want to buy premium time, we'll buy it. But, you know, of course, like I said, they're trying to make money. Okay? So, and they're not trying to overly do it. I mean, some people may beg to differ, but that's them. You get the tank, of course. That would be stupid if you didn't. You get a garage slot, which is a normal thing we get. But the last thing I saw at the bottom, it says access to an exclusive operation. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what the hell does that mean? Exclusive to an operation. Operations should be open to everybody to be able to join into. What the hell is this? So I went home. And we're going to look at it right now. And I went down to the KV-5 Acer. Well, there it is. The operation that is only for the KV-5. And this is the part that pissed me off. But this is the part that really made me upset and really regret buying this tank, because I wouldn't have bought this tank if I would have known this. Okay? So you have to earn 30,000 experience points in any number of battles, which is fine. And you must be in the KV-5, which, let me make this very clear. We have had different operations where it says, you know, you need to have a different tank, okay? Like this one right here. You need to have a Soviet medium, a Soviet light tank, a heavy tank destroyer, blah, 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 to be able to get the 1 day of premium and the garage slot. Okay? Or we've had them where it'll sit there and say, you have to have, you know, the Waffle E100 to win this thing. But they're all tanks that you can unlock in the game. You don't have to spend gold to get these tanks. You can unlock all these tanks. And the cool thing about these operations is that it pushed for players to really want to strive to do their best, you know, like to, you know, get 1,000 damage and you get 1,000 gold or something like that. We'll just say that. Or not gold, but silver. So it really made people strive, because a lot of us struggle with some things like not having enough silver and this and that. And the operations did help out. And but these were things that you could do because you could actually unlock these tanks. You might not unlock them, but you could strive to unlock them. It did push people to want to really get these tanks unlocked so they can get the operations and stuff like that. But everything you do, you could do it without having to spend gold. You don't have to spend gold at all. But this requires you to buy a tank to be able to get the rewards, which the rewards are really fucking sweet. Look, you only have to do 30,000 experience points to get 1 day of premium and 100,000 silver. Now, some of us might sit there and say, oh, that's nothing. But there's a lot of people out there that watch my channel that don't have premium time, that wish they could have premium time. And wish they could have, you know, some more silver. And they can't do it because of this. Now, a lot of you guys are like, but the Soviet engineering, you could do that one. Yeah, you could. But you have to do you have to start getting all these tanks. If you don't have any Soviet tanks, now you have to go and start unlocking all these tanks. And if you didn't have premium to begin with, this is going to be very hard. This is going to be very hard. You have 2 days to do this in. 2 fucking days to do this in now. We're in the KV-5. You got 13 fucking days. You got 13 days to get 1 day of premium. 100,000 silver. And that's where Wargaming went over the line. It's when now our operations are starting to turn into, you have to buy a premium tank to be able to start doing the operations. Yeah, there's other operations we could do in here. There's other things we could do in here. Okay? like the on track to the back chat. You have to use these tanks to be able to get all these experience points. That's fucking amazing. That's great of Wargaming. This was shit. This was bullshit. This shouldn't have happened. And I told you guys when operations were first coming out, I said it could be a good thing if it's done properly. You know, we could have some problems though with this, where they start saying like you have to kill this certain type of tank. I even stated that it could even get to the point where it could be bad with premium stuff. I've told you guys on live streams and stuff like that. Operations could be a good thing, but they could go bad really quickly, and this is where it went. It finally went bad. They were doing so great. But then again, you know what? We've been talking about this for a while for a lot of different things that have been going on. You know, we got the Japanese tanks, but that's only one line. Technically, there's 2 lines that merge into one, but to be honest with you, that's it. We haven't gotten any new tanks for any other country. We haven't gotten any Chinese line. Where's that at? Where's some new maps? They put up these new war maps, which I have to say, yes, they are neat. But the thing is, we're not looking for neat new maps in that sense. We want new maps. We need new maps, guys. Because you know how the rotation on this game goes. You might see, the other day I saw Himmelsdorf a lot, I saw Insk, I saw Airfield, and I went to Fisherman's Bay. Never saw Sandy River. Like, what the fuck, are you kidding me? We should be seeing every fucking map, every single day. Especially as long as I play. We should be seeing those maps. But if not, fuck. Give us some new maps, because I'm tired of fucking playing the same airfield 5 times in one day. Why am I going to keep playing? I'm going to get fucking pissed off because sometimes some people aren't good at certain maps. I know some of you might be like, well, this is a good way for them to learn it. Well, I'm sorry, but if they're grinding on a tank, alright, like if we're in Insk or Himmelsdorf, and I'm grinding to try to get like the Hellcat. You know, I'm on the Hellcat and I'm trying to grind to the next tank. Himmelsdorf and fucking and Insk are not maps that are good for that tank. And I'm gonna get fucked. Just like we just got fucked right now with this KV-5 bullshit operations. This is stupid. I wouldn't have bought this fucking tank if I would have known this. Because this goes against everything that I stand for in a sense. You know? I didn't mind doing microtransactions. I didn't mind that people can convert stuff. If you have the means and the money to be able to do it, that's fine. Because it didn't break the game. It didn't make the game overpowering. None of these premium tanks, like I said, sit there and give you, you know, the upper hand on other people. They don't. I could get my ass kicked super easily by either the same tier or higher. Because all the normal tanks all can get usually guns that are better than the premium tanks that they're going against. Most of the time. And so this really pissed me off. When I got home last night from work and I started making sure that I was going to be correct in this, I couldn't believe that this happened. I wanted to make sure that this was real. And I looked at everything and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? This just went down the shitter. Wargaming has now stepped over a line, and the problem is like I said, some people might say, oh well, you know, maybe they didn't mean to, they won't do it again and this and that. I highly doubt it. And the point is, even if they do not do it again, if they were really sorry, they're not going to do it again. The problem is they are setting examples for other companies. Other companies who are going to see this, they're going to be like, hey, well, maybe we could start leaning towards that. Or maybe even Wargaming got this from a different game, thinking, hey, maybe we could start pulling in some more money kind of thing. Because now we're advertising. One, everybody's been wanting the KV-5. This is super in the sense of Wargaming knowing that people that have been wanting the KV-5 are going to buy it now because now there's an operation. Or maybe the people that have been lingering on the line are like, shit, you know what? I can get another premium day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but there are some people out there that'll sit there and be like, oh, well, I need the KV-5 now so I can finish all my operations. So I can get everything unlocked. I can get that extra day of premium, that extra 100,000 silver. That's just... This is the fucking stupidest thing ever. I'm sorry this is a rant, but it needed to be done. And I'm sorry there's no actual gameplay footage or anything like that. But this needs to be brought up to our attention, guys. I care about my community, and I'm not going to sit there and advertise a fucking premium tank if it's going to be like this. Like I said, I'll give a review on this tank, but I'm not going to sit there and tell you guys to buy it. Not this time around. When there is a premium tank with no stipulations on it, like there's no ops kind of thing that goes with it and this and that, that's when I could sit there and say, oh yeah, you could buy the KV-5. You're good to go on this one because your money is actually going towards what you want. Not where Wargaming's trying to push you to get it. Push you even more. They're already pushing us with the 7 days of premium. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end it there. I'm sorry this went on so long. And I'm sorry you didn't get actual gameplay footage. Me and Rush Dodge will be doing stuff today and this and that. It's just, this needs to be said. This needs to be pointed out. And I don't want you guys paying for a tank that they are throwing out there because they're like, oh, here's ops too. They're trying to push us into buying something, and this is just stupid. It's gone over the line. Now all the operations, from here on out, are going to say, oh, you're going to need, you know, you're going to need a premium tank to be able to do this operation. You're going to need this and that. Operations, I thought, was supposed to help the fucking player. The people that don't have the money, the financial means, you know, that might be, you know, this might be the only game they can afford because it's fucking free, guys. And Wargaming's sitting there and saying, oh, now you got to start buying fucking premium tanks. You have to buy this and that. Do you be able to do the operations? Where the operations, I felt, was supposed to sit there and help all the people that didn't have the financial means, so it could help them get more and more silver, you know, or help them get a couple days of premium time. Where's the charity in that? I understand Wargaming's not like, you know, they're not a charity in the sense, like they're not a free agency in that sense. I mean, they do have to make money to be able to operate. We understand that, and that's where people like me that have the financial means can sit there and help them be able to pay for their bills also. That's where people like me can sit there and get these things, and Wargaming should be fine. But no, now they're starting to push it onto even the people that don't even have the money to be able to do it. Because eventually we're going to see the ops be filled up with, you got to have this tank or that tank, and they're premium tanks. And you can't even finish the ops because you don't have those premium tanks. I don't think it would get that bad, but you never know. They've already crossed the line once. Who says they'll do it again? Who says they won't? I don't know. All I know is it pisses me off that the people that can't financially afford premium time, because I know you guys are hurting in that sense. I get emails and messages and comments from people all the time asking me, do I have codes? Do I have anything to help them out? They can't even get Xbox Live sometimes. And when they do, they get on this game and they would like to have some premium time. I don't know what else to say. Now you know why I'm so pissed off with Wargaming right now. Guys, I'm WizardKen. Hope you have a great day. This was a shitty beginning of a day. I'm supposed to be jumping on with Rush Dodge and doing the Rush Dodge and WizardKen show. Don't worry, I'm not quitting World of Tanks. But eventually, if it gets too much, I'm going to have to, because it's wrong to support a company that sits there and keeps like, oh, it's pay to win. Or maybe not even call it pay to win, but it's give us money so that you can finish the operations. We don't care about the people that don't have money. This isn't for them. even though it's a free-to-play game. This isn't for them. We're not going to help them out. We just want to make it look like it's free-to-play, but really we want you to spend all your fucking money on everything.